We wanted the greatest to be the first to receive even a greater honor. Last year, we commissioned a local sculptor to create a larger-than-life bronze statue to perpetuate the legendary legacy of this once-in-a-lifetime player.
Jeff Boccaccio, my wife Nina, hiding over there, Nina Boccaccio. We're designers, sculptors of Boccaccio Sculpture Services. I was initially contacted by the Patriots and interviewed, and we were fortunate enough to be selected for the project.
We had the Thank You Tom game in September, and at that game we knew Robert was going to announce that Tom was going into our Hall of Fame, and Robert and Jonathan knew they wanted to do a statue to honor Tom.
The Patriots are a franchise that has never had a player memorialized with a statue before. It was clear to us early in his career that Tom truly deserved to be the first.
So the first process was figuring out what's the pose going to be.
Allie had sent us a couple of images, and this was one of the ones that was sort of one of the favorites.
Between myself and our head of creative, we went through lots of Tom poses, pictures rather, and kind of created a short list of about 10. I would call them signature poses.
We had however many years of images of Tom Brady, and even more than that, so many memorable images of Tom Brady, 6 Super Bowls, AFC Championship games. There was no one play that we could really single out in Tom Brady's career that could really embody his life's work.
Another thing we did was look at some of the other football statues that exist out there in the world and wanted to make sure that this was different from those. Obviously with the quarterback, the tradition would be a passing motion, and we didn't want to do that.
The way it was expressed to me, they wanted him to feel, sort of stoic and just after victory, sort of exhausted, but still standing tall and proud.
Once we got that short list, we presented those to Robert and Jonathan. We all gravitated towards this sort of, very victorious pose, and actually this was the sort of inspiration shot that we had grabbed for the presentation.
So we took that pose and we sort of worked to give it a bit more grace. We wanted it to be in motion, but we also wanted it to be able to stand as a piece of artwork by itself.
This is our reveal.
Work in progress.
I think the figure is pretty special. We always like things perfect, whatever that is to us. And I think it really has the makings of something tremendous.
So this is a 3-foot version of our 12-foot final realized size. And so what we do is we start here, try and capture the essence of Mr. Brady, work out all the details. Once that's done, we take this model and we 3D scan it. This is basically our blueprint. So once the blueprint is approved, then we move into the full scale. All that digital information went over to there, onto those mills, where we 3D milled out foam components. And then once those foam components were completed, they were brought over here and they were assembled in sections. So the base is in maybe 2 sections, individual feet, the legs, the thigh, the pelvis, the thorax, the head, the arm and forearm are one piece, the fist is one piece, the helmet is 3 or 4 pieces. This is actually one of the more complex areas of the artwork, is the helmet. And then same on this side. You've got the arm and the forearm, that's one section, and the fist, that's another section. So it's a real accurate depiction of what he looked like. So we're simply looking at photographs of him and rendering them. You can see these sort of odd line quality around his knee brace. That's because he would cut his sock right here so that he could pull it up and over the knee brace. He did the same on this side. He also did it on the sides of his actual pant. It's our job to look at photographs and to render what we see.
Well, hi, I'm Nina Boccaccio. I'm Jeff Boccaccio's wife. and also business partner. And I'm his eyes in mainly the detailed areas. I'm better at the lower areas. Jeff tends to get on the scaffolding and I stay down here.
So right now we're about 9 feet in the air and we're looking at the portrait. Initially started with the mouth closed, sort of stoic. We then experimented with this mouth open a little bit. We didn't like it, so we closed the mouth back.
I think I ended up giving Jeff somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 photos. All angles of his face, shoes, every piece of equipment.
We did play with his hair a little bit. We wanted it to look like he had just taken his helmet off, a little wet, a little disheveled.
On the smaller version, Jeff tended to ask my opinion on the hair. Back in the day, I was a hairstylist, so I would let him know that the wet look may require a few more wispies around the brow or the forehead area coming out of a helmet.
There was a little bit of pressure with it. You know, once we get to the point where we're happy with all the details, it's final.
We played with that for a bit, really trying to get that right.
The face is the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing to draw, it's the hardest thing to sculpt, so Jeff just absolutely crushed it.
I mean, the uniform, the cleats, the towel, the armband, that could all be spot on, but if it doesn't look like the subject, then it's all for nothing. So this is, you're looking at the most important part of the composition, is the portrait. So now, you saw the 12-foot version. We did rubber molds on that, right? From the rubber molds, we either created waxes or we made these plaster patterns, which you see here. And these plaster patterns then went over to the other side of the room where we created sand molds. You can see a lot of the seams, you know, it's 15, 20 different sections that all get cast and they all get metal chased and they come back together. And we align them and we assemble them. Once we know that all the metal components are all happy and they're all lining up correctly, then the process of building a stainless steel infrastructure takes place. So, for example, we'll reinforce the base with stainless steel. That stainless will come up through the ankles, in through the legs, in through the pelvis, up into the thorax, ultimately ending at the top of his fist. This is to ensure that when we transport it and we're putting it in place with the cranes, nothing's cracking, everything is really, really solid. So it's welded, it's also heavily mechanically joined together.
Besides, you know, okay, we knew this pose, we knew helmet off. The other big question was, how tall is he going to be and what is the base that he's on? Because this will be going in the plaza at the stadium, it's a pretty expansive, open area. You can't have a statue that doesn't command. The stadium will be behind him. The lighthouse that's there is massive, so we needed to make sure that this felt big.
Symbolically, I think the height was somewhat of a no-brainer, you know, 12. It's head to toe, 12 feet.
But when you consider the arm being above, it's actually, I think, 14.6.
And then you add the base and it comes to 17. So the base is the hexagon and the 6 sides symbolically represent the 6 Super Bowls Tom won as a New England Patriot. So on each side of the base is game information from each of the Super Bowl wins. In some cases he was an MVP, so that any detail that related to Tom is identified on that particular base side.
When I saw the 3-foot one, I was like, he got the face, like we're good. Because to me, again, that is so critical. The first time I saw him this size, I mean, it is pretty, you're just like, oh my God, like you just can't really fathom what 12, 14 feet feels like. I grew up as a Patriots fan, I followed Tom Brady's career, I now work for the Patriots. Like, we all know what he looks like, and to me, we've really captured it. And I'm proud, I hope the fans love it.
I think it'll be the most popular photo opportunity on our property for years to come. But more importantly, I think it'll be a place that people will gather and think of the great memories they had with their families.
I grew up with the Patriots. I grew up, you know, on the edge of my seat watching Tom. I mean, I have fond memories of my dad and my mom and my kids and my wife sitting in the living room and watching miracles happen with this guy.
This is just an amazing opportunity to have to work on this alongside my husband and partner.
In my 18 years here, this is probably the most unique project I've worked on. Not many people get to work on a statue that is, the best football player on the planet.
He's the GOAT. So I'm very honored. I mean, everybody here at the shop is just, to be selected for a job like this, the Patriots could have chosen anybody on the globe. So any sculptor would have been honored to do this. So we're very honored. And I'm a Pats fan, so this is a big deal for us.
It's fun to be a part of a project like this that everyone's going to come to Gillette Stadium and want to look at, want to take pictures of, and the fact that this is the first statue that is going to be at the stadium. Hopefully we're going to have more in the future. It's exciting.
Is this fairly normal this time of day to move a statue?
No. We're trying to make it like it never happened, just under the cover of night. That's epoxy. We'll just keep this in place. Yeah, come on down.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Hold it right there.
Okay, so we can't move this, guys?
Well,
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this special celebration as we kick off a new football season.
Tommy, you have not only etched your name in NFL history, you've etched it in all our hearts. May this statue forever remind us what Tom Brady did and how he made us all feel. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for.
3, 2, 1.
I'm humbled and honored to have been part of this organization for 20 incredible years. I hope I've given to you as much as you have given to me. Thank you, New England. I love you. And let's get ready to kick off the 2025 NFL season. Let's go!
It's very overwhelming to see it and to hear RKK speak and the fans come out. I've had so many special days here in the stadium and this plaza, and this is another one that really blows my mind, so beyond special for me. This has always been home, so to come back and to feel the love, there's nothing like it.